Hello there. Welcome back to John Thoumire Garden Design. We are back. We're going to be going to Moscow very, very soon for the final day of the Gardens and People Festival, which is really has just been an amazing experience to follow. Certainly, from my point of view, I really hope some of you guys have been following it as well. Just the passion some of the designers have shown has been a wonderful thing to experience. So, full disclosure, I have been asked to somewhat go into a holding pattern because there are some technical things going on the other side that I have nothing to do with, and we're just trying to work through them. So there's going to be a little bit of waffle, absolute waffle on my side right now. So the award ceremonies are actually going out. They're handing out the awards for the winning designers as we speak. And they have quite a few categories going on at this festival. So what we have at 5 o'clock, we actually have an interview with the founder of the Gardens and People Festival. And the thing is that this is what makes this year such a unique experience is it's actually only been arranged in the last 3 weeks. Now, I'm sure you all know Chelsea, you all know the Hampton Courts. These are things that when they finish after they are done showing their gardens in like May and June, they just start planning again. That's how these show gardens work. They are massive engineering feats of events, and it takes a long time. And the Gardens for People Festival, which I'm going to say 11 years it's been going for at the NVDK park in Moscow. This is the same thing. It is a global event. It is Moscow's own Chelsea. It's that big. Year in, year out, they have designers from across the world winning, submitting, and just succeeding at this. And it's a very important festival. And to actually going, I was just told that live video paused. Hopefully we're okay. If there's any problems, just let me know in the comments. So yes, this festival, which is traditionally a massive event, was cancelled like almost every other garden festival, garden show in the world due to COVID and due to the pandemic. And what happened was the organizers were really passionate that something be done, that people experience this in some way, that they experience nature and they experience planting, because it is an important thing. Those of us who have got gardens, I would say, we still had it difficult during the lockdown, during the pandemic here in the UK, here in Scotland, but being able to get out in the garden, kind of have the soil between your hands, it did make it, for me anyway, just a little bit easier. But there's lots of people in Moscow. I've had the pleasure now to have actually been shown lots of Moscow, and there's a lot of high rises, a lot of people living in apartments. It's got a massive population, that city, and they don't have their gardens. They don't have a lot of room to have anything other than the odd pot plant or herb basket. And that's great, but they also have some of the most spectacular parks in the city. Gorky Park, which again I've been shown around, not virtually. It's the most amazing park with so many areas, and these have become vital spaces for people across the world because you're not allowed to go to your bars, you're not allowed to go to your cafes. So parks and open spaces became the natural go-to space. And here in Edinburgh, I noticed that we have our meadows, we have our Queen's Park and Arthur's Seat, and people very quickly began to use these spaces. And I think they have saved people to a certain extent. And what the Gardens and People Festival felt was they needed to bring an element of that, but the event side of it as well. Because here, you have these beautiful gardens, but they are also wonderfully planted up. One in particular I was very impressed with was the I Am Anna garden, which they had this beautiful big somebody actually told me the name of it again, I've forgotten. but they have this lovely sculpture in the middle that represents flames and things like that. But what for me was spectacular was their choice in planting. The planting just accentuated it, lifted it to a whole new level for me, and that's what great for people to see. Great to see what they can take back to their gardens, what they can do with all of these things. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so impressed with this festival. There is also the fact that it is a local festival. This year particularly, the Russian designers are all from in and around Moscow, I believe, and they, in this very short space of time, have pulled together some truly stunning designs that most people, when I did my own show garden with a team, it was 6 months in preparation, 6 months of ordering plants, 6 months of ordering materials, hammering in the design process, and then working models of it, then practical models of it. It was an exhausting 6 months, and they have done beautiful jobs in the space of 3 weeks, which I would say is absolutely worth an applaud to every one of those designers, every one of those art installations. And we've never got a chance to meet them, but there's growers there as well for all the herbs and perennials. So Russia, there is historically speaking, they prefer cut flowers. Okay, the short growing season that comes with the continental climate makes it quite difficult to grow over a long period of time the perennials that maybe we have in our temperate climate. And so cut flowers, roses, they were the go-to flowers. But now it's not really sustainable, and particularly now it's really not sustainable. But that's just for this year. Over the last 3-4 years, there has been more of a move towards perennial. So plants that are going to grow and live and survive, and just year after year give off color and just form and figure throughout a garden. So I really would have quite liked to talk to some of the growers about that. But I do think maybe our guest, or a special guest, Alexandr Bezmalenyh. Apologies, Alexander, for the pronunciation. It's horrific, but it's meant with all my heart the best things. I know he is one of the major growers in Russia, and maybe he will talk to us a little bit about that as well. But what we are going to do now, because I don't think I can stall any longer without doing party tricks, I think we're going to go to language colors and Elena. Elena, would you like to try and join us if possible, if technology will allow us? I would really appreciate it, please. While she gets to that, let's waffle a little bit more. If anybody has any questions, there she goes. And we're just waiting for Elena to join us at Moscow's garden. Hello, Elena.
Yeah, hello again from Moscow. Now it's a very electric atmosphere because the ceremony has already started, but none of the winners been announced yet. And I could see on people's faces, they're really nervous. All designers now are very nervous.
And at what stage in the ceremony are we?
They just started like announcing the beginners, the mature gardens. But
okay.
Again, I literally 2 minutes, not 2 minutes, I think 1.5 minutes ago, I talked to one of the organizers, and she said, no, not news yet. So we are still nervous. We're still waiting for.
I'm just being told that maybe my head has disappeared from view. Is
yes,
that better?
No, now I can't see your head at all.
You can't see my head at all?
No.
Loving the live TV. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, that's better.
Better?
Yeah.
Hello again. If for the last 15 minutes you've just had like a talking neck, apologies.
Yeah, now they're just announcing the beginner gardens, the matures. So you can.
Yeah, well, we saw some of those, and I think. Yes, we can just see it. So I think the beginner gardens, I remember there was one that you particularly liked, which was a very minimalist garden.
With a crown, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was like 3 squares with, I think, to me it looked like branches, but maybe you saw it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping, and I hope for their sake, they do well. There was also a lovely garden with a basket with a flower in the middle of it. And I remember, I think I maybe mentioned on Thursday as well, that the first kind of show garden I ever did, it was called a pallet garden. And it was a 2 by 2 meter space. And it was great fun to do. I mean, even then, learning about what would fit and what wouldn't fit, it was a great experience to be a part of. And I'm happy to say I got a silver for it. And the prize was actually a spray painted gnome, which to this day still adorns my mum's garden. Oh, here we are. Sorry, Elena.
Yeah, this is it. This is a garden here we just talked about. Yeah, you see, very minimalistic.
Could you tell me why you like it?
I really like, because again it's minimalistic, but I think it has definitely it has very unique message that you don't need to use a lot of plants and herbs and flowers. You just can use. You can be very simple, but still share your idea with people. It's the creepy one, the weird, the weirdest.
I would agree with the message though. You certainly don't need to, if you've got a small space to work with, you don't want to like absolutely ram every single thing you can inside it, every single flower, every single statue. If you've got little space, try and like keep it to, don't go nuts with your flowers. Like choose your favorite flowers, like maybe 3-4 of them max, and choose some different forms. If you can get like a small shrub to go with it, a small flower and shrub, like a controlled potentilla. You can do you can have a lovely garden. Things like Erismum Bull's Mauve, which can provide you with like this beautiful color all year round almost. So, can you hear anything else that's going on, Elena?
I'm trying to be quite far away from the stage because it's really loud and it's difficult. Yes, we'll be back there again because at 5 o'clock we will have a short interview with Alexander. He's actually one of the organizers, and he actually is the one who creates the festival. He came up with the idea of this festival.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to having a chat with Alexander. Could you possibly pronounce his last name for us? Because I tried it and I worried that I could have offended him.
Yeah, his last name is Bezmalenyh.
Oh, I was so close.
Yeah, you were close.
I do sound like my hearing aid is maybe on the fritzer when I try and say it. So I'm going to let you continue to say it.
Okay, so Alexandr Bezmalenyh, but he actually we were having like a short interview already with him on Thursday late at night, and the first thing he said that it's extremely difficult to pronounce his surname for foreigners, because as the main organizer, as the main person at this festival, he has been part of many interviews already, and he still thinks that his surname is like the most difficult to be pronounced.
Yes, I have a miniature midlife crisis every time I have to try and say it. Do you think we could have another look at the I Am Anna garden, the Jeanne d'Arc?
Yes. I'm quite in front of it right now. So this is
the garden I was speaking about beforehand. This is the garden that is based on the idea of Joan of Arc, and the designers Natalia Kravchuk and another name that I'm going to have some trouble pronouncing. They have done this amazing job, and the idea behind their take on the brief was empowerment for women, women's empowerment, and it is something else. So the idea is the overall idea, the interpretation of women's empowerment is Joan of Arc and a phoenix rising from the ashes. Now, I'm hoping maybe we will get an interview with the designers a little bit later. It might be tricky, but they have really worked in some fantastic ideas here. So Elena is looking at the sculpture at the moment. Elena, is there a chance we could tilt the camera just a little bit? I don't know if Elena can hear us right now. But
yes, what?
Yeah, could you stand with there? Perfect. That's really good. If you tilt the camera so we can see, there you go. So that's the sculpture we were talking about. And on Thursday night as well, we were also treated to seeing some of these gardens at night, and they take on a whole new life with some of the lighting that's also been installed. Remember, 3 weeks they've done this in, 3 weeks that they have installed this lighting, and they've put all these borders in. This garden has a large actual collection of plants. I would say almost more so than the other large exhibition gardens at Gardens for People this year. And I don't know if we can maybe see a few more of them. Are we still at?
Yes, we still have time. What garden would you like me to show you?
I would actually like to have a little bit more of a look at the I Am Anna planting, if possible.
Yeah.
So they have, with the idea of this phoenix rising from the ashes, they actually have this fantastic color scheme as well, of using like these darker shades. And this, for I think it was 2 years ago at Chelsea, there was a garden where they burnt off the leaves and the flower heads of a particular plant. It looks like they've done that in this one as well. So they have pre-prepped a plant for this effect. They've not killed it by any means. What the situation was in Chelsea was, it was a South African flower that every few years would go through wildfires. And the act of the burning would actually reinvigorate, would propagate the plant. So I think that's what they've tried there. So yes, this is I Am Anna. And you can see a little bit more. So the garden is full of things like Huchera, like Huchera purpurea, which is the dark purple one. You've got Berbera thunbergii, which is another deep purple leaf, thorny plant, but it can go through these most amazing. And as I say, there's a few other things there. Unfortunately, the reception on Elena's side of things isn't as good as it was on Thursday. We're doing well, and she's doing great, but we're just having a little bit more of a problem getting everything for people to see. So I think we might try a slightly easier garden to look at.
Yeah, what would
Alana,
it be?
shall we go to the other favorite, which is under 16 and over?
Yes.
So this garden is based along the idea of your favorite folklore, your favorite fairy tales when you were growing up. And Elena will be able to tell us a little bit more about who this garden was specifically, the idea of it specifically made for. Elena, it's a bit of a Russian celebrity, isn't it?
Yes, Russian celebrity. Her name is Tuta Larsen, and she is a TV presenter. She has her own TV show, and actually designers, there are two designers, they also, like her designers, they designed her garden in Tuta Larsen's house. And because Tuta Larsen has many children, and she was fond of this idea to put the, the books. If again, you can see it right now. The bookshelves. You see?
Yes.
Yes, and also I remember what Alexander, again, the main organizer, he told that some of these books like belonged to him and his children because he has 2 daughters. And again, he was also excited about this project, the show garden, because it's like combines something that is life with something that is not. And all books, you can see the books, you can hear the wood, but also there is again the living tree right here, the live oak tree that symbolizes the fairy tale. So the idea, yes, you feel inside like you are inside a fairy tale.
Yes,
and I think these days is extremely important for people to feel like some magic, some fairy tales, because the COVID pandemic has affected us all, you know it, and actually it shows how people miss each other, how people miss something good happening with them. You understand? And yes, actually parks and gardens have become, like integral part of allowing people like to meet each other again, and again to meet maybe their inner child. You understand what I mean, right? Yeah. And so nature itself gave us a link, a way of link how to be with each other again, and more important, how to be with again our inside child again. Because
and
again,
yes, no, please go on.
No, because I've spent like quite a lot of time at this festival, and I finally have the idea of it, because the idea is that nature has no borders at all. It can adapt. Nature itself can adapt to its situation, and like continues on. And it's what can gardens can teach us, what the nature can teach us, is like how to be together and help one another and exist like and look beautiful at the same time. You understand?
I couldn't agree more. I was saying something similar to this just as we started the live stream. That what gardens and people have done, they took the risk to actually do this, but they've socially distanced everything for the festival. Everyone is very secure. Everyone is very safe. But it definitely opens a window for people to see what they can do with their gardens, no matter what the scale. This is the beauty of the small gardens, the big gardens, the medium gardens. And we haven't actually been able to see the medium garden this year. There is one on display, but it's just, we don't have an awful lot of time, and we have interviews to take. But hopefully we will get more photos and we'll be able to show these things to you. What's going on with the awards now, Elena?
I'm heading there right now.
And as you can see, it really is a beautiful day in Russia.
Yeah, it's very sunny. It's a lovely day.
If I were to turn my camera around right now, you would just see rain.
I'm good to see you. Thank you. We'll wait for you next year.
And what else I want to say is that because this is a closing ceremony, they have a big screen. Now they announced the winner.
Hey!
В этом году победителей определило жюри в составе 5 человек.
Okay.
Сергей Калякин,
So
Елена Дубнова, Елена Храмцова, Диана Дубовицкая, Юлия Тадеуш, удаленно судила из Минска. Есть кто из жюри, пожалуйста, поднимитесь на сцену. Елена. И где вы зуете?
Obviously, you'll have to bear with us as this event goes on, because obviously it's in Moscow. They are going to be speaking Russian. Elena is going to translate where she can first, but we're just going to let this go on first, so that the awards actually are handed out and we're not interrupted by speaking over it or things like that.
So still haven't announced the winner yet?
Oh well, all that for nothing.
But you know, it's live TV. We can't guarantee you anything. Sorry.
No, absolutely not. The only guarantee we have is this meeting at the moment.
Yes, because I am like following Alexander right now.
Ah, perfect.
I'm ready to catch him any second.
Okay. So whereabout are you meeting him?
He's really here, and still I can't hear. I think. Yeah, but I will definitely share this information later.
No, of course.
Yeah, but what I was going to say that this time they have a big screen and they kind of organize a Zoom meeting. So I think, John, and not I think, Alexander has already asked me your permission, you know, to be on Zoom, to appear on this big screen, because as I could already see, yeah, so everyone finally could see you, John, not just on my Wii phone, not on a Wii screen. Everyone will be able to see you and actually hear you. What's most important.
Well, that's quite terrifying. Really?
Yes. It's the first thing that Alexander asked me to tell you.
Okay. Well, apparently John Thoumire Garden Designs is going big screen. That's added a whole other level of stress and sweat to the already quite stressful and sweaty being in front of you. So we're now actually coming up to the point where we would be interviewing Alexander if and when he is free.
Yeah, because as I can see, Alexander is kind of busy right now, but still the ceremony is on, and people on stage, they keep coming on stage, going out of stage, so it's, yeah.
And are the designers looking happy with the decision?
Yes, designers look happy, very happy. Now I can see the designer of this Terra Incognito.
Oh, did they win?
Yeah. Now she's on the stage. I'm not sure that you can see it, but yes, she's on the stage right now. And I remember because we had a very lovely interview with her.
So if any of you can remember, Terra Incognito was an art installation, and it was this amazing art installation made out of birch twigs. And it was like this neo-grotto, where if you went in and you made your way to the center, there was a seating area and lights and a small amount of planting. And it was this amazing thing just to be able to experience. And the designer chatted to us for a little while, and now that the festival will be over, Terra Incognito is actually being donated to a psychiatric hospital.
Not hospital,
which I think
the community. Not hospital, the community.
Oh, it's a community. Apologies. And I do like to hear that some of the show gardens or aspects to the show gardens are going on into further use. It's always quite important. It's always quite important from my part. And who's being interviewed? Who is getting the award?
Now it's a small show garden.
Okay.
And they just ask a person to actually announce the award on stage. So it's not a designer, it's a person who is going to say.
What's actually, again, strange, so here in the UK, when we go through these situations in show garden, the vast majority are that you have roughly about a week, maybe a little less, to set up your garden. And then what happens is everybody, all the designers, all the people who work on the garden, they're asked to leave the site. And then the judges all come in and they talk about the stuff. And then when you get the designers are allowed back in on, say, the Friday. If the judging is on the Thursday, designers and the teams get in on a Friday morning, and you find out what you win or have won then. Again, here it sounds like it's actually being announced in front of a crowd, which again it does add more of a celebration than what we do in the UK for our show gardens. I don't know what they do in other parts of the world for it, but I like this. I think it is, particularly maybe because it's this year, because of this situation, it is a reason to celebrate, and it's a reason to think about these things. I like that a lot.
На сцену приглашается Илья Малюкин.
И пока Илья идет, у нас еще одно прямое включение с Питером Финком.
I realize I look like I'm listening to the Russian, as if I can understand it.
Now it's very interesting. Now they have a live Zoom with Peter Fink.
Peter, really?
Now, right now. So you'll be on the same screen as Peter Fink.
How's it working? Is the technology working?
It's everything about technology. But we are lucky to have, again, the internet. Technology is still working.
It is kind of. It is kind of. Can we have another look at the big screen?
Big screen, yeah. No sound, but yes.
Номинация «Большой сад». Илья, объявляйте.
So this is,
Серебряный
you
диплом.
see,
Серебряный
screen.
диплом вручается саду «Постоянная переменная» и автору Марии Селезневой.
Честно, даже не ожидала, поскольку мы как участники тут первый раз. Очень такая, знаете,
Hello?
очень хорошая.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. We're still here.
Yeah. So now on stage, the designer of the garden with the vehicle, they got silver medal.
Спасибо.
And so, what garden was it?
Garden with a vehicle.
Серебряный диплом.
Oh, and this was constant variable.
Yes, silver medal.
Okay. So constant variable were the garden that had the really old beaten up truck with nature growing back over it, taking it back over. They also had a staircase set against a wall that led to nowhere, and it was designed to highlight the idea of the junction between heaven and hell. It was an interesting garden. I liked quite a lot of the planting, but certainly this truck was a highlight for them, and I know the designer was very proud of the truck. So congratulations to Maria Selesnyeva on her silver medal. And is that Maria talking?
No, she has already told her speech. Now, because it's actually very difficult for me. I try to hear you and I try to hear what's happening on the stage, and at the same time, a lot of people are talking around me.
Yeah.
Этому саду. Это уже
You're doing great.
который вручается Екатерине Багановой, сад его тайны.
And I can see that Alexandra now, and at the same time, I'm watching Alexandra. So I'm multitasking.
You're multitasking. It's good. Instagram TV at its finest.
So as I can see, Alexander is like busy. And
Шестой сад на фестивале «Сады и люди» и 10-й сад вообще фестивальный. И я хочу
so I try to go to him close.
Yeah. So again, everyone, apologies right now if things are a little bit all over the place, but it is what it is. I mean, we were invited to do this quite quickly afterwards. We only really just managed to get in as well. But as you can hear, the awards are going on. We are going to get our interview with Alexandr. And so if you can just hold on a little bit longer, everything will become clear.
Yeah, Alexandr now is with Peter Fink, because I could see Peter Fink on the screen. Alexandr is talking via Zoom with Peter Fink right now.
Okay, okay. So that's our main interview, talking with someone else on an interview at the moment via Zoom, which is absolutely fine. Just hopefully he'll get to us before our time runs out. And again, if anybody has any questions, please just feel free to put them in the comments and we will answer them as best we can. Hi there, Pochmu by Isad. Thanks for joining us, great to see you. Wave right back at you. Same with you, Eugene. Fantastic to see you.
Hello, Peter.
Oh, Peter now is online.
Hello.
Finally,
okay, so now we have this Peter Finn over Zoom. And I think that is our interviewee speaking with him.
Yes, this is Alexandr.
I can't hear you.
Now Peter can't hear us.
You can say. We hear you very well.
Clearly, this is going to go well for my own Zoom appearance.
I'm so glad to see that Sadi Ludi this year managed to come up with so many fantastic gardens.
I can actually hear you quite well.
This year, more than any other year, everyone is a winner. And everyone is a winner because they became champions of showing how important gardens are for all of us. We who couldn't visit your gardens are with you in our heart because we all feel that what you're doing is extremely important in these troubled times. And we all wish you the very, very, very best. And we all celebrate with you your incredible achievements this year when putting up such a festival was really difficult. And you did a fantastic job. And congratulations to all. And you all deserve a golden medal. And I hope to see you next year and have a glass of vodka with you and celebrate this year.
Thank you, Peter.
Well done.
Could you hear?
I think we could hear that perfectly fine. I think what the speaker was saying was what everybody is feeling about the event, and just what an amazing job the organisers have managed just putting it together. I mean, I think you can actually see, as Elena has been walking around the event, just how much work has gone into it. It doesn't look like something that has just been slapped together. There has been like proper landscaping applied to all tracks of it. I've noticed there have been some kind of ways of dealing with it that maybe you wouldn't normally see. So it's like, usually in show gardens you don't have pots showing and things like that. I did notice some pots. But there has to be leeway in this situation. There has to be.
I think the winner this is under 16. You're right.
Okay, so this is the expected winner of under 16 and over. Gold medal?
Yes. And
That's fantastic.
Definitely the best.
So again, congratulations to Marine Berezhneva and Maria Points for under 16 and over. This was the fairy tale garden with the tree that was growing outside of the house itself. This was a very, very popular house, as well as its link to the women that Elena was talking about, the Russian celebrities. So I think they're giving their speech now.
Yes, they're having their speech now.
And you can hear her excited there.
Yes, I wish you could see their faces, but unfortunately there's so many like photographers
Yeah, I
right
bet.
now. They make like a border around them.
That's okay. I mean, if we have time afterwards, hopefully we will catch them. If not, maybe we will be able to speak with them and record it, and we will put it online.
Yeah, definitely. But
I
yes, I
mean,
can see
many of the
how
photos I have actually been. Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, I just said how happy they are. They are like they're lighting the atmosphere. Because what I actually want to say that the festival is really lucky with the weather because every day was sunny, but the main source of light was not sun and not this amazing, stunning like lighting for evening, for nighttime. I think the main source of light were organizers and designers because light was literally, they were sparkling, you know. Every time I had a chance to speak to them, every time we just were talking, I feel this, you know, this light coming out uncontrollably. And they gave everyone so much inspiration. Because yes, this festival is all about inspiration.
No, I agree. Every time we have spoken with any of the people involved with it, their passion has just been so clear and so obvious for the project itself. And I really do think that it's been an amazing 10 days. And I think the festival is 10 days long.
Yes, you're right. 10
so
days.
It's been an amazing 10 days for Russia and Moscow.
Yes, amazing 10 days and amazing like ocean of inspiration.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping all the visitors will be able to take advantage of that. Because I know it is getting very close to the end of your summer, isn't it?
Yes. We have...
Don't look too unhappy.
But we have very beautiful autumn as well.
So what's going on now?
Oh, now it's a special prize. Yeah, Again, the same garden. Special prize go to 16 and under and above.
There you go.
A special prize for lighting. Because you remember how beautiful it was at night? Yes.
Yes, it did take on a different appearance at night. So thank you to Elena. She sent me some pictures of the gardens at night, and 16 and over, it really transformed into an even different garden again with this amazing blue lighting scheme.
Yes, exactly. Yes, these two girls, women, I mean, they're like even they're sparkling again right now.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so yes, the big winners been announced. So I really try to catch Alexander.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can grab him.
Oh. So can you answer some questions for us? Yes.
Hello, John.
Hello, Alexander. It is very nice to see you again.
Yes.
Are we all good?
Yes.
Alexander, you're looking fantastic today.
Thank you very much.
So, I would like to ask you, why did you start the festival?
There are many reasons. The main, we'd like to propagate garden art in Russia. We hope that in our country, gardening and quality of life will be new national idea, as it is in Great Britain, in Japan, in Holland, in some European countries. because our people live better and better every year. They change potatoes to ornamental trees and plants and perennials. And there is question how to do it very good, how to build new area for life. And we hope that our festival help to people, to public, to know more and more about garden art. Our festival, I think it's not McDonald's, it's not art for people, for mass media. We try to show to people the high level of art. We find the best of the best, and we try connect with many people from all the world who are the first in the world in the garden art. Every year, chief of jury is one of the stars. It was John Brooks, Annie Guilfoyle, Stajan, Matthew Charles, Mario Bonicelli, Michel Pina, and we hope that this year must be Mark Gregory, but I hope we will be next year in our jury. And the most
but you know, for me,
our festival is Russian landscape designers, but chief of jury every year, one of the world stars.
For me, though, I think this is an amazing opportunity for the Russian designers. And I think they have done the most amazing job with such a short amount of time.
Yes, really, it's a miracle. It's impossible.
Yes.
Because we start less than a month before. Usually we prepare half of year.
Yep.
But our participants told that we can do it, and they did it.
And they did it spectacularly.
Yes, thank you.
So, what has been your favorite part of the festival?
Very good composition of our festival place.
Yeah.
It's not so big that usual, but very compact and very comfortable for people. Everyone tell about this. And you know that in all the world, the most of garden festival was delayed. Our festival, I know just one in the world, which we spent really with real plants and with real people, with real designers, not by internet. And it's a miracle too. And all people, they boring all the year without big events. And all of our market were here during the festival.
Yeah. And
questions for Alexander?
no, I just wanted to thank Alexander again for allowing us to broadcast and just be at this wonderful festival of yours. It has been a fantastic week.
I hope the border will open next year, and we can travel to you, and you can travel to us next year.
I really hope so. I hope so. Again, Alexander, thank you so much.
So, yeah, so what do you think about it?
Great, fantastic. So I'll be there next year.
Yeah, I hope so.
And what I'll do is I'll live stream from the stage as they boo me off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Elena, I think we're near our time. So I want to thank you again so much for all your help over the last week for everything you've done. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you for all the pictures. Thank you for holding the camera. Thank you for just everything. Okay.
Okay. So again, thank you all who joining us. And again, as John already said, as Alexander just said, it was amazing 10 days, and definitely it's the biggest event in Russia in the area of garden design. And I'm really happy now that I was kind of part of this.
Okay. Well, again, spasibo.
Yeah. Again, thank you all. So cheers for now.
Cheers for now. So that is us. Apologies for some of the choppy tech stuff going on there, and just the little bit of kind of wandering around. We were working with what we were working with. But I think what Alexander was saying was fantastic. It was really good to speak to him again. The winner, I will post some more pictures of it later. It was absolutely a worthy winner. Yeah, it really was. It really was. And I think the story behind it, the ideas behind it were great. But that's us for now. Thank you again for joining John Thoumire Garden Design and myself, John Thoumire, for our Moscow live coverage. It really was. It was a phenomenal experience. It was stressful as anything, but it really was great. And I hope you can join me this week for another garden tour, some more cuttings videos, and I'm going to try and organize yet another international festival of some sort. Who knows what it will be, but we'll see what we can do. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and you know where, if you need anything, gardens, sketch plans, sketch designs, feel free to contact me. We will go through it, and I promise you I will do the best I can. That's John Thoumire Garden Designs. Here, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, I'll be there. Thanks again.